too. Jackson, I wouldn't put him out of the race either. Like he's been, he came in camp in tip-top shape and came in camp to make the team. And I'm sure they train together. You know, they're tight. They're always together, and it's fun to watch. Noah is a pleasure to just to see what he does. The little things that you don't see a super goal by beating a guy one-on-one or score a great goal, but he does the little thing that coaches like.
I think your goaltending tonight, I mean, you know both guys. You had Felix, you coached against Troy.
Yeah. They were great. They're battling for the backup spot, and they show why. You know, they battle. It's tough, you know, for Grosnick to come in the second half. You're cold. You know, you go in the back to warm up and be ready. But both of them made huge saves on the kills, and you know, it's going to. I feel it's going to be a battle for you know, the next couple of weeks to see who's going to get the backup job. And so far, it's a great start for both of them.
How much skill and smarts go into that pass by Frost there?
That's Frosty. You know what? He came in camp with a swagger. He did the work this summer. I talked about that the other day. He looks thicker. He doesn't look. He's thicker. He's got that swagger, that confidence, and that's what he does on the power play. You know, and the organization need guys like that to step up, and Frosty knows that. He realized that, and came to camp in great shape. And it's early in camp, but he's doing the right thing right now.
Hutchins, the player you gained a lot of confidence last year in Lehigh with, a guy who can come out and be physical, create energy in the forecheck. Did he show that again?
He did, and I feel bad because I lost him, and you know, he doesn't kill penalties, he doesn't play on the power play, so I lost him on the bench. But you know, in training camp you need to get noticed, and he did. You know, it was a borderline clean hit, if you ask me, but he backed it up, and you know, he's a physical player, and I know that people in Philly love that, and he knows that too. So he proved the new boss that he's willing to do that. You know, and I said that in the past. Fighting is not part of our game as much as it used to, but it's still a little part of it, and he showed that he's not afraid to do that.
What were your thoughts on the two guys on PTOs, Artem Anisimov and Roussel?
They were great. Like, they're veteran players. They're battling for another contract, and Anisimov was great on faceoff. He was great on the kill. Roussel brings energy. Like, he's the, you know, they know that, you know, they've been around for, I think both of them have 600, 700 games, so they know what they need to do. And I'm sure Torts like players to have players like that around, especially with, you know, Coots being injured and all those guys. So I don't know what's their future with the team, but they bring something that you just can't teach. You know, that's experience.
You guys didn't really start off the game how you would have liked, taking all those penalties in the first period. How do you think that the team kind of reversed that, you know, adversity, and also Felix?
Yeah, you don't want to start like that, you know, and, you know, maybe a little bit of fatigue, you know, when you took those penalties the way they did it, but the message between the first and the second, I was like, you know, there were penalties, let's be honest here, there were penalties, so get your feet moving, be a little bit more disciplined, so I'll be able to use more guys, because there's guys that have roles, and some guys don't have any roles, so they sit on the bench, but Felix was a big part of calming everything down. He made huge saves on the kills, and you need goalies to do that, and he proved that he did it for us last year in the minors, and he did it tonight, and all credit to him.
In addition to Hayden Hodgins' fight, Wade Allison also had a fight. Guys were blocking shots, hits. How big of a role did physicality play in tonight's game?
I think it's great. Yeah, I know it's training camp, but he's showing his new coach, or Torts, that he's willing to do that, and what Torts trying to do here, it's to bring that identity of sticking up for each other, and Wade proved that tonight. You know, it wasn't a huge fight, let's be honest here, but he didn't hesitate. He went right at the guy, and he felt it was a cheap hit, which, you know, you can argue one way or the other, but he did the right thing.